Then we have Midoriya paired with Bakugo. And their opponent is...
No way.
Yeah. I am here to fight.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my wife Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 21 of My Hero Academia, Gear Up for Final Exams.
Yes, this is the exam they have to pass in order to go to their summer camp training session and avoid summer school. What are your thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I would feel really bad if anyone had to go to summer school because they would be missing summer camp with their friends.
I'm going to use that take out of context. And you're going to look wild, but it's going to happen.
Show the context.
No.
Roll it back.
I'm not going to. Such enthusiasm, Monty. Love to hear that from you. If you're excited for more episodes of My Hero Academia coming twice a week now, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes coming every Sunday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they are all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length forms. All right, are we excited for episode 21 of Season 2 of My Hero Academia?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
For our next topic, is it really necessary for heroes to dress sexily? Let's ask our very special studio guests what they think. She's the rookie hero who debuted just this year. It's Mount Lady. And she's a pro who's currently teaching at UA High School. The incomparable Midnight! Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
Please have a seat. Let's start with you, Midnight. When you first debuted, your revealing outfit caused quite a stir. In fact, it eventually led to the regulations for exposed skin and costumes bill being taken before the legislature. You're a hero whose sexiness changed the very laws of the country.
Her costume's still pretty racy. Now I rely on ultra-thin fabrics. Because of the nature of some people's quirks, clothing can restrict their abilities. Sexiness isn't just an aesthetic. It's sometimes needed so we can do our jobs well. Besides, what's more attractive than a hero who can get the job done quickly? I think you
Nothing's hotter than productivity.
What's with you, lady? Are you trying to start
Weird
a fight?
thing to say.
I look up to you. I think you're amazing. For someone of your age. You can act like
Whoa.
the blushing ingenue all you want, but you're not that young yourself, you know.
All I'm saying is if the older pros try too hard, then the rest of us have to go even further.
I don't even know who's older.
I think Midnight's older.
Okay.
Thank you!
All right, gear up for final exams.
The fact that I never have to take a final ever again,
Pretty great.
All right,
best thing
that's
ever.
it for class today. There's only 1 week left before your final exams begin. I'm sure you're all studying constantly, right? Don't forget to keep training. The written exam is only one element. There's
Okay.
also the practical portion to worry about. Good luck.
I barely even taken notes this semester! With the sports festival and internship, I didn't have time to read the textbook!
It's true that we haven't had very much free time lately.
We barely learned anything when we took our midterms, so they didn't seem all that hard, but I'm kind of worried about these.
Is this the order that they finished in? Or
Yeah,
the order
their
that
last
they're taking
midterm.
them in? Gotcha.
As someone ranked in the top 10, I'm not that concerned.
What? You were
How did
not
that
in the
happen?
midterms?
Oh man, and here I thought you were one of us.
Don't you know weirdo little creeps like you are only likable if they're kind of stupid? Who's going to love you now?
Everyone.
Not me.
Trust me.
Ashido, Kaminari, we've still got time to study. That way we'll all get to go to the training camp together.
420.
Yes. As class rep, I have high hopes that we'll make UA proud.
It's pretty hard to fail if you just pay attention in class, isn't it?
You gotta cut me down like that.
Hey, don't worry about it, you two. I can catch you up to speed on the important topics if you want.
You're the
Queen.
best, Yao Mama.
I'm afraid I won't be any help when it comes to the practical, though.
I've been studying, but could you help me out
Her
too?
confidence is not the greatest right now.
Understanding quadratic functions.
Really?
X equals negative b plus minus. We're not doing that.
It's so funny that you had to learn in SOG form, and I just know it as just
Yeah, well,
negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Yeah, well, I was homeschooled.
Yeah.
So I got the same thing, but more fucked up.
Please, classic Japanese is killing me. Is there room for one more? I'm afraid I'm falling behind a little. Pretty please.
This is wonderful! Yes, let's do it!
All right!
Okay.
Okay, then, we can hold a study session at my residence over the weekend. Seriously? I can't wait to see your fancy digs! Oh, I must call Mother and have her prepare the Great Hall for us to set up. It'll be the perfect spot!
Great Hall?
What kind of tea
Great
does everyone
Hall.
like? I'll have her make sure we're stocked.
That's overkill.
In my family, we always drink Harrods or Wedgwood, so if you have any other preference, let me know. When we're finished, you'll all be model students. I'll make it my personal duty to push you forward.
Is she humble bragging, or does she not even realize what she's saying?
She's so excited and bouncy that I don't even care.
About that tea? I'm not so sure about the hairy one.
No, it's from Harrods.
Sounds like I should be studying with her.
You think I don't know enough? Maybe I should beat the lessons into your skull.
I'm counting on it.
Everyone's
I mean, he's
panicking right
smart.
It's like,
but it won't
yes,
do them any good to
do
cram
that.
this late in the game.
Shouldn't you be more concerned?
Correct.
You didn't do very well in the midterms.
Are you talking about moi?
That
I did
face
just
turn.
fine, thank you.
Are you talking about moi?
I have no idea what it's gonna be.
Hard
I'm
to
gonna
believe
start
they give
saying
us
that.
anything too crazy.
The written exam questions will all be stuff from class, so I should at least be able to do those.
Do you really think
It's gotta be
going
hard
to
to
that
test
simple?
everyone like
Driving
the
me
same
nuts.
way.
I just
Yeah.
want to know what they'll have us doing.
It's a comprehensive test of everything we learned this year.
Yep, and that's about all we can get Mr.
Okay, girl
Aizawa
boss.
to tell us.
Okay, so then it'll cover combat training and rescue training? Oh, and basic training.
We can't just study. We have to stay in great physical shape.
Oh,
Mean.
sorry. Your head's so big that it's hard to miss.
You're from Class 1B. Monoma, right? That really hurt.
I heard you guys stumbled across the hero killer.
Uh,
Just like in the sports festival, Class 1A isn't happy unless they're
Remember
the
this
center
guy?
of attention. But you do realize...
You don't remember this guy?
I kind of do.
He was a guy who could copy quirks
Right.
and was like roasting Bakugo.
Yeah,
and
I just
hated
don't. I
Class
just
1A.
don't like him very much.
we have to stay in great physical shape.
Oh, sorry.
Glass
Your head's
of
so
wine.
big that
Dick.
it's hard to miss.
You're from Class 1B. Monoma, right? That really hurt.
I heard you guys stumbled across the hero killer. Just like in the sports festival, Class 1A isn't happy unless they're the center of attention. But you do realize you're not in the spotlight because people think you're good heroes, right? It's just that you keep getting into so much trouble. Here's food for thought. Someday the rest of us might get caught up in your mess, and then we'll all become unwitting victims as well. What kind of horrible villains will you bring down upon us? What demon?
Thank you.
That's not funny, Monoma. You heard what happened to Ida. Chill out.
Kendo.
I apologize for him. I'm pretty sure there's a hole where his heart should be.
I think he's out.
Real.
So I was listening. I know you're all worried about what's going to be on the big final practical. I heard it's going to be combat against robots like the entrance exam.
What? Really?
Okay.
How do you know that?
One of my friends who's a few grades up filled me in. I know. Cheating, but oh well.
No, I don't think so. I'm sure gathering information ahead of time is also part of the test.
You.
Why didn't I think about that before?
What kind of idiot are you, Kendo? You just gave away our whole strategic advantage. This was our chance to finally pull ahead of that class full of idiots.
They're not the idiots.
She's
Love
like
her.
that class's big sister, huh?
All right!
Yeah, I thought you'd be a big fan of her.
Yeah.
Just robots.
Such awesome news!
Why do you sound so happy? You both have a hard time controlling your quirks.
Yeah, but I can let loose
This
with
isn't
robots.
good news for
Nothing
you.
that will be a cinch for me!
Now you just need Yaoyorozu to help you study and you'll be all set for finals.
We'll definitely be able to go to the training camp now!
As its holder, you may one day have to fight against this great evil yourself.
In order to be prepared for that, I have to make everything count from now on.
It shouldn't matter if it's robots or actual people. Why are you morons so excited? Hey, who are you calling a moron? Shut up! You need to learn how to control your quirk! You got it? Hey, Deku!
Shouting useful advice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, interesting.
Called him
I don't know
out.
what's going on with your power, but I saw the way you're using it now, and I want you to know.
It's seriously pissing me off.
Uh-oh. He must mean how Deku was flying around like him the other day. Oh, yeah, totally.
I won't have another half-assed win like the festival. We'll be getting individual scores in the upcoming finals. New rankings. So we'll all know exactly where we're standing. I'll show you how much better I am. And
That's gonna be so interesting to like shift in rankings from the very beginning.
He said, "I'll kill you too."
Yeah.
And Todoroki, I'll kill you too.
Just a side
Great.
comment.
Just. It's like, what did I do?
It's been a while since I've seen him that worked up.
Think it's impatience or hatred?
Concern, maybe?
Bakugo. You're getting worse than I thought.
He is kind of getting more aggressive.
Yeah.
Wow. I knew her family had cash, but I didn't know she was this rich.
Oh my goodness.
I've been waiting for you, everyone. Please come in.
What a sweet hostess.
Yeah, it's a big table.
I could not feel
Wow.
any more out of place right now. Yeah, me too.
Is something wrong?
No, everything's perfect.
Oh boy.
So they're studying for their finals.
Now they're taking their finals.
Oh yeah, they're taking them.
Bakugo doesn't look that
All right,
pleased.
put your
Yeah,
pencils down.
I mean, he was number 3. He's
Last
pretty
person
smart.
in each
Yeah.
row, bring the answer sheets to me.
Thanks so much for all your help.
I didn't leave anything blank at least.
Just like that, our 3
All
days
right.
of written exams were over. Now, it was time for the practical.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Now then, let's begin the last test. Remember, it's possible to fail this final. If you want to go to camp, then don't make any stupid mistakes.
Oh, perfect.
I'm excited to see what you think of this test.
I expect
I'm
many
really,
of you have
really
gathered
excited.
information and believe you have some idea of what you'll be faced with today.
We're fighting those big old metal robots.
S'mores.
The orange hair girl is just
This year's
fucking them over.
Will be completely different for various reasons.
Principal Nezu!
You're changing things?
The tests now have a new focus. There will be hero work, of course, but also teamwork and combat between actual people. So what does that mean for you? You students will be working together in pairs, and your opponents will be one of our esteemed UA teachers. Isn't that fabulous?
Perfect. So everything that we didn't want to
Fighting the
happen.
teachers?
They're fighting.
Additionally, your partners and your opponents have already been chosen.
That's what I was
were
going to ask. Do
determined
they
by
pick?
discretion based on various factors, including fighting style, grades, and interpersonal relationships. First,
That would be so
Yaoyorozu
much
and
money to be in that room.
They're
Oh.
against me. Then we have Midoriya paired with Bakugo. And their opponent is...
No way.
yeah.
I am here to fight.
All right.
Against All Might!
They're fighting
You
him.
have to work together, boys, if you want to
This is
win.
crazy. There's no way they're going like 100%. Like, there's no way the teachers are going 100%, right? Or maybe the goal
You'd
is
be
to like
tempted to
see
think
them when
that.
they're.
You'd be tempted to think they wouldn't.
Well, because they can't just kill their students.
Well, you'd be tempted.
The connection between the hero killer Stain and the League of Villains.
Speak for
It's
yourself.
possible criminals
I
everywhere.
would not
So,
be.
what are your thoughts on the pairings and then also just in general?
I mean, that's just a different skill set that they're being tested on from what they, thought going into it. So that adjustment, I'm worried about.
I mean, yeah, you're fighting pro heroes. Like, that's.
So yes, but also just if I were to go into an exam and I expected like written and multiple choice and I showed up and it was definitively not those two things, I would be gone. Like, that is so stressful. So seeing how they handle that is an important part of being a hero, but still really, really tough. Theoretically, the teachers should be able to just beat down the students. It would make sense to me for pro heroes to be on a level where they couldn't easily subdue two
That's what I was wanting. Like, I was expecting you to be more like, how the hell are they going to do anything here?
Yeah.
Because, like, It's insane.
Because it's All Might. Like, we know that
Number one
Deku's
hero.
done like 5, he can access like 5% of his power. And like,
yeah,
Bakugo's great, you know, don't think they stand a chance. But I also don't think that the point is for them to
have
defeat.
To pass. They have to pass.
Right, but define passing. Does passing mean
them.
you beat?
You'll see. We'll keep going. But isn't that absurd? And also, Deku and Bakugo are together.
Yeah.
And then also they highlighted Todoroki and Yaoyorozu. I thought, yeah, Deku and Bakugo. That's crazy, right? Yeah.
Between the hero
They're gonna have to
killer
team up.
Stain and the League of Villains, it's possible criminals everywhere will become much bolder.
It'd be best if we could start preparing for that before it happens. As a school, we should be taking every precaution. If fights against villains are going to continue to intensify in the future, then having the kids train against robots ain't practical. Originally, we used them to avoid complaints about people getting injured in the entrance exams, but they're just not challenging enough.
They were running through them.
Yeah.
Let people say whatever they want.
This sounds like it could be problematic.
Okay.
I understand why you want to change the exam, but having students fight us, even if they're in teams of 2, is that a good idea?
Yeah, I think it's a bit unfair.
If we win too easily, we won't be able to give them actual grades, yo.
Of course, we could take that into consideration and give the students an advantage. Principal, what are you thinking?
I believe I agree. We need to change the practical exam to reflect the current times. How do we ensure the students aren't put in life-threatening situations? The answer is simple. We must push them. We make sure that they're as strong as possible.
That makes sense.
I agree.
Does it?
Right.
I mean, yeah, because they can get jumped by real villains at any moment now.
He's doing quite well.
So they gotta learn to fight some good,
too much on brute force.
like heroes.
And Yaoyorozu is an all-arounder, but lacks the ability to make spur-of-the-moment decisions and apply them. Therefore, I'll erase their quirks and take advantage of their weaknesses.
Sounds good.
Next, for Midoriya and Bakugo. I'm leaving them to you, All Might. In this case, I didn't pair the two of them up based on ability or classwork. I went with relationships. I know you've got a soft spot for Midoriya. Please ensure that they learn something.
You're paying close attention, huh, Aizawa?
And now, let's announce the teams and the teachers they'll be fighting in order.
Here we go.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna do a little
Announce
pause
the
on each of
teams
these.
and the
That's fun to
teachers they'll be
see.
fighting in order.
Ooh.
Cool matchup, right?
Yeah. Bird frog. Okay. All right.
This one, yeah, I thought was cool too, but
Oh. Interesting.
I'm wondering what you think
Okay.
his quirk is.
It's mouse related? I was like, there's only one on the student side.
This fight, I'm gonna warn you, Advance is ridiculous.
I believe it.
To complete the exam, you'll have 30 minutes. In order to win, your objective is to put these handcuffs on your teacher. Or you can win if one of you manages to escape from the combat stage.
So we've either got to capture the
Oh,
teacher
interesting.
or run away. It's basically like the combat training.
Yeah, but is it
I feel like
really
running
okay to
away
just
is way
check?
easier.
Yep.
It's gonna be much different than that combat training y'all went through earlier. After all, you're up against people way better than you.
Better? Really? Wait, aren't you just the announcer?
Hey, watch your mouth, girl. Have some respect.
This time, your exam will be very similar to a real
He was
battle.
personally
As strange
offended by
as it
that
is,
one.
Please
Yeah.
think of us as villains.
Assuming you come across your enemy. If you think you can win against them, then fight. However, in instances where you're outmatched, it would be smarter to run away and find help. Todoroki, Ida, Midoriya, I'm sure the three of you understand.
Yeah. Considering they did not run.
Yeah.
After me and that kid in the white armor. Stop fighting back. Just get out of here.
I
No.
won't make that mistake again. I will pass this test and prove that I'm a hero.
So we fight to win or run to win?
That's right. It's a test of your decision-making skills. But with
Interesting,
these rules,
okay.
you're probably thinking your only real choice is to flee. That's why the support course made these super clever accessories for us.
Behold, ultra compressed weights.
These babies
Oh,
will
so
add
they're
about half our
literally
body
weighed
weight to our
down.
physiques.
Half their body weight.
It's not
So he's
much,
running around with like
but they will need up our
250
stamina
pounds.
and make it
He
harder for
needs
us to
so
move
many
around.
bracelets.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, these are heavier than I thought. We had a contest to come up with these designs, and young Hatsume ended up
Amazing.
winning it.
Wow,
Of
good
course.
For Hatsume. You think we need a handicap to win against you?
I mean,
Yep.
the number one hero.
All right.
This'll be fun.
Let's begin. The teams will take the practical exam in the order you were called. We have a stage prepared for you.
Oh, boy.
Sato, Kirishima, you're up.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Those waiting their turn to fight can either watch the exams or try to strategize together as a team. It's your choice. That's all.
Ojiro, I'd like to discuss how we might be able to coordinate the use of our quirks.
Great.
Tokoyami, let's
So
go come up with a
I
plan.
love getting to see different characters interact.
Yeah.
Figure out a way to destroy Miss Midnight's costume.
You are such a little scumbag.
Well, looks like I have my work cut out for me today. Oh, Deku, you're watching too? Hi.
Yeah, it's not like we get many chances to watch students in combat with teachers, right?
Very true.
Besides,
Gonna learn a lot.
Kachan really
Yeah.
wants to
Yeah.
talk strategy with me.
You did not.
I can see that. And, my partner is a little preoccupied with himself.
You don't say.
That's why I thought I'd try and get inspiration from everyone else's battles.
Smart.
Okay.
I have to pass this test, no matter what it takes.
Team Sato and Kirishima.
It kind of feels not fair because all of the teachers have different quirks.
Yeah.
So what do you think? We'll definitely get a higher score for capturing.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like all of the teachers that they're fighting all have different quirks. So
They did match them up with that in mind. They paired it up with the teacher that would teach them the most and be the best matcher.
right, but that is inherently not the same exam for everyone.
That's fair.
So what do you think? We'll definitely get a higher score for capturing instead of running. You agree?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, change of plans.
Mr. Cementos can't move around very fast. Let's break through from the front and shoot for a high score!
Oh, yeah!
Rikino Sato, his quirk, Sugar Rush. For every 10 grams of sugar, he's 5 times as strong for 3 minutes.
Whoa.
However, the more sugar he uses for power, the more his cognitive functions suffer.
So you
Oh,
decided on a
interesting.
direct frontal assault.
Against a cement guy in a city.
I mean, cement is like it breaks easily.
What cement are you thinking about?
No, so the thing about cement is it's really strong under pressure, but not snapping, which is why you can like punch through a concrete
Not so fast, kids.
block.
Come on, you guys, you've totally got him!
They're not gonna win it like this.
Huh?
Their quirks are amazing, but there's a limit to how long they can use them. They won't last forever. I don't think Mr. Cementos has that kind of limit, though. The more time that passes by, the more of a disadvantage they're at.
That's not good.
It's no coincidence they were matched up. Mr. Aizawa's pitting students against teachers they'll have a hard time against. To pass, we'll have to recognize our weaknesses and overcome them.
Exactly right. So before it's time for your own final, you should think carefully about your compatibility with the teacher you're fighting.
I knew it.
And why it might be a weakness, or why they might think it would be a weakness.
This is never ending! No matter how many walls we break, he keeps making more of them!
I'm tired. So sleepy.
Now's not the time!
Well,
They're done.
and
That was maybe the
When it comes to long-term battles, listen well. When your life is on the line, you need to know exactly how far you can push your powers.
Sato and Kirishima have been knocked out.
they failed.
Seriously?
Well, the exam's over, but did that mean that
They failed.
they can't go to summer camp?
I'm already needed.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
What?
Is that one-sided?
Their quirks were too ineffective against his.
I thought even if maybe they lost the fight, it would be like they were scored as passing.
On top of that,
Damn.
we're up against the #1 hero.
Yeah. How the hell are they gonna do it?
They're
so fucked.
Stage.
In order to escape, we have to pass through the designated gate, right? Which means the teacher's probably there waiting for us.
Team Asui and Tokoyami. Practical exam. Ready?
So we got one pair that's... Okay. Do you think these two pass?
Yes, because their primary thing is escape. Yes, in like a hummingbird way. Like they can move multiple directions very quickly. Remind me the teacher they're fighting?
Ectoplasm.
Which is what...
I think you're about to find out.
Maybe you didn't understand that we teachers are trying to crush you with everything we've got. No holding back.
They're not holding back.
Right. Oh boy.
Steal your nerves and show me your resolve.
And that is where we are left for episode 21 of My Hero Academia.
They're so mean.
Yeah, they really get us with the cliffhangers.
Oh my God.
And they did that.
When it was my turn to fight, I failed before I could do anything.
Yaoyorozu, you're not making those dolls.
No.
He's coming.
I'm sorry.
If you know I'm here, then you should be acting.
Damn.
But what are your thoughts on that whole episode?
Wow, I'm really surprised that the outcome of the test is like exactly the outcome of the fight, just in the sense that I would have guessed that there's so much subjectivity.
Yeah, if they fail to escape or fail to put the handcuffs on, they lose.
They're done. Like, that's it, which is wild. I thought it was maybe a situation where, like, if you lose, but, like, you made really good decisions that got you there. Because, like, I feel like they're so likely to lose, even with the weights and even with the teamed up.
Yeah, we'll discuss it more further, but thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for more episodes of My Hero Academia coming every Sunday and Friday. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes now, they're all posted in their extended full-length forms. We have a lot to discuss before we do that. Where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode we watch, join the link in the description below and we'd be happy to answer them. For now, let's go to question 1. Question 1. Markubel Jaden asks, I remember when this episode first aired, a lot of people were angry at the teachers, specifically Aizawa, because they thought it was cruel and unfair to force Deku and Bakugo to team up because they felt it wasn't Deku's responsibility to deal with his bully's issues or the animosity coming from him. So what do you personally think about Aizawa's approach, and how would you deal with them if you were their teacher?
Okay, the thing that's like primarily upsetting to me about this situation is like, yeah, that's obviously a super unfair and fucked up situation. But if they were judging how Deku handled that, and like if he handled that well, then he passed, and if he did not handle that well, then he failed, then sure, okay, you know, you find people's weaknesses. His weakness is that he's being bullied by this guy in his class and like whatever. But the fact that they're not genuinely being judged on how they handle it, but just
I guess their judgment of handling it is being able to pass.
Right, but if you're in a
you're not really handling it if you fail. You're just kind of maybe tolerating it a little bit, but still failing.
But if you have a teammate who sucks and other people don't have a shitty teammate, that just
Bakugo is powerful and really strong and smart.
But he's been so mean to him in front of everyone
this is what they're
all
asking
the
is whether
time.
that is like, if that is unfair, that he only has to deal with that.
Yes, I do think it's unfair.
I think it's... So I had never considered the bully being put on the team with the person he's bullying. If I were their teacher, I would probably just like very strictly start to punish Bakugo. But like...
I would not team them up.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like...
For an exam where either passing or failing determines...
Well, maybe their thought is Bakugo strives for winning and being at the top. And if he knows that the only way he's going to do it is... I'm not going to keep talking. But anyway, I can't analyze this.
No, I get...
But yeah, still, I remember seeing them being like, whoa. And they're also up against All Might. Like,
exactly.
Oh, my problem.
Exactly. Like, I think yeah, fighting the teachers and making it outcome based is just not great. But
yeah,
maybe Bakugo will stop being a dick so that he doesn't have to go to summer school.
Yeah, we'll see. But let's go to our second question. Second question, Just Your Average Fangirl asks, what do you think about the reasoning for the students to fight against their teachers. Do you think it was fair to team up students who weren't compatible in such a fight, or do you think this has real-world implications?
I don't like it, and I don't think it's fair. I think it's absolutely true that it's an important skill set and there are real-world implications, but then judge how they would have handled it in the real world, not when they're fighting their actual teachers with someone that they suck.
How they would have handled it in the real world?
Much more
putting them in an identical situation.
So by having it be their teachers, they know like their teacher's background and competing with a classmate, especially if it's one that they don't like very much and they like actively know that they don't work well together, it's just not even. Like it.
So you think if they didn't know the teacher and didn't know their powers, they would be at a bigger advantage? That feels like
no, I think it would feel I think it would be a more fair competition, but I also
it would be more fair for them to know less?
Yes, because everyone knows nothing. Everyone knowing nothing is more fair than everyone knowing different things.
Okay, so you think that if they fought against a random person with a random quirk, it would be like
and they were all fighting the same.
Is a more fair fight than them fighting their teachers.
I think it's a more fair judge of whether or not they have to go to summer school for them all to fight the same person whose quirk they don't know.
Interesting. I think that puts them at a far greater disadvantage.
Well, it is, but then it also shouldn't be that if you lose the fight, then you fail.
I think,
did you handle it well? Did you think on your feet? Did you incorporate things in your environment? Did you like...
You didn't pass, though.
But they're not if they were...
You didn't make it out. You're dead.
Right. The thing is, if they were able to pass, right now, hero school would be unnecessary.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
If they're able to flee away from somebody, you gotta be able to fight the person. Like, I think that this is a good benchmark for like, it's a harsh test, but like their reasoning of villains are getting bolder. They broke into our school and they attacked us. If they have this test, they'll be better prepared for a situation like that.
Interesting. I don't know. This is also kind of why I don't believe in like holding stuff like that over students' heads, just because someone might feel comfortable trying to fight in a certain situation, but if they know, okay, if I fuck this up, I have to go to summer school. If I just run, then I don't have to go to summer school. So I'm not gonna actually like show my actual talent because I'm prioritizing getting the result.
Escaping would be showing your talent though, because it's difficult to escape. That's one of the options to pass. If they see you successfully escape, they're like, bam, you pass.
Yeah, but having that be the same kind of passing as defeating their teacher,
getting a handcuff on them, getting the handcuffs off, not necessarily defeating them.
Getting your handcuffs on All Might.
It's really
how are you going to do that without defeating All Might?
Yeah, maybe
ask him nicely.
I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, so it seems like you don't love the examination method.
I just don't think it makes any sense at all. Like, I think it's just fundamentally not a correct way of judging.
It's a good way
anything.
to practically make sure they're prepared to potentially fight up against villains that could ambush them.
Right, but it is unbelievably impractical.
That's the definition of practical, is fighting against people so that you know how to fight against people. How is that impractical? You need to fight hero-level teachers in case you face hero-level villains in the field.
But
is it more practical for them to fight robots?
No, it's about the fact that they're like that exam in and of itself is a good test. The fact that that is the only test that is determining whether or not like strict pass fail is just dumb.
I would also say something to keep in mind is your idea of, oh, they all fight the same guy with the same quirk and they don't know it. That's unfair because everybody has different quirks that are suited for different situations. This one takes into account what their quirks are and gives them a situation where it's a little more favorable if they do something.
Right, but the thing is, if you're gonna fight a villain like out in the wild, you're not gonna have that. So that's immediately
an allowance
makes
for
it
the
not.
Exam. Okay, next time Montana wants them to capture a villain and release it, and then they'll see if the students survive, and that is the more practical way to do this.
No, I think
there's no other way.
You do it exactly the same way, but you have a board of people watching the fight who go, do I think they did like a good enough job? Did they do like a C+? If you do everything right and you're like brilliant and creative and like working well with your teammate and you're doing everything right, and then at the very last second your teacher smacks you in the face because they're a professional fucking hero. You think that
like you're flip-flopping between it being unfair and it being impractical, and it's
both.
It's
it is both of those.
You are mind-blowing right now because you're both saying it's not fair because they have too much power and they are too strong, and it's not practical because they are not strong enough and do not represent an actual threat. They're either a threat or they're not.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
We'll continue.
No.
Let's go to our final question. Montana is not vibing with this style. Jinchurky87 asks, it's Deku and Bakugo versus All Might. What kind of chances do you believe they have, or do you think they'll get in trouble due to the nature of Bakugo's behavior towards Deku?
Yeah, I think they stand no chance at all because it's All Might and it's Deku and Bakugo. So
great reasoning.
Enough said.
Great reasoning.
Come on, what are we doing? Yeah, I don't see this going well. If I were gonna reframe this to actually have it make sense, sure, do the fight. All Might is gonna beat the fuck out of both of them. Obviously. But if Deku is real smart about it and
he got knocked out, but he was smart.
If he lands several hits and then takes significant... Okay. If Bakugo lands no hits and gets taken out after 2 seconds, and Deku lands 3 hits and gets taken out after 40 seconds,
they strategize terribly and both should be failed.
Both of those people deserve... No.
Yes.
No.
They didn't work as a team.
Bakugo's a dickhead.
It doesn't matter. Deku has to figure out how to work as a team.
That's not on him. That is not on him.
And that is a fair argument to make. That is unfair to Deku specifically because they won't work as a team. But in general, failing 2 random people because one of them doesn't land a hit and the other one lands 3 makes sense because they didn't team up well.
Okay, and if there were a teamwork component of the final, sure. This is the pass or fail. They're determining whether or not they go to summer school based on the results of this one fight. That's crazy.
It's their final exam.
Oh my god, so then test this.
She is so heated.
I fucking hate school, you guys, so much. Oh my god, so much.
To be clear, I don't believe in tests and quizzes for examination, but I do think that their logic of, they need to fight stronger people that are actually using real quirks all out in order to actually prepare for the world is practical.
Yeah.
You said it was impractical.
Kenny, deciding whether or not they progress based on whether or not they're able to defeat...
you were arguing earlier that the test itself was impractical. Like the actual fighting of them was not a representation of the real world.
It isn't. There are many, Kenny,
Oh my God.
There are so many issues with the way that this exam is being structured. There are so many
She's
different components.
She's having so much fun with this art, guys. Ooh-wee. Ooh. It's the best.
Do you want to go get pasta after this?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, that'd be great. Cool. But you didn't really talk about Bakugo and Deku's fight.
Yes, we did.
You started on it and then you went back to why the exam sucks. But I think that they're gonna do great. But anyway, that's about it for episode 21 of My Hero Academia. Are you excited for episode 22?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.